As now getting to the Nuggets' next game, after we suffered that really tough loss, last-second loss to the Orlando Magic, we went on to face the Miami Heat in Miami. This was, of course, a back-to-back. That back-to-back there in South Florida, with Orlando in Miami, is arguably the toughest back-to-back in the NBA today. Unfortunately, we lost this game as well, 103-98 to the Miami Heat. Moved to 41-29 with this loss, and 14-22 on the road, and we finished this really tough four-game road trip 2-2, which is I thought was solid. I think anything lower than 2-2 would have been unsuccessful, but to go 2-2 on this road trip, and a road trip that you probably should have gone 3-1 on, easily could have gone 4-0 on against the four teams we faced, is pretty good. So overall, I thought this road trip was successful, and even in our two losses, we were competitive with both Miami and Orlando. We shot 44% from the field in this game and 42% from the three-point line. I thought offensively we were pretty solid for the most part, and defensively we could have been better, but we're also solid there. Heat had a pretty good game offensively, especially shooting the ball. We're 51% from the field and an average 30% from the three-point line. And now to some of the good things we did in this game. We had 15 fast break points against the Miami Heat. I thought we did a good job of getting out on the break and outrunning Miami. A lot of those points came when we were down, 10, 15, 20 points, and we were able to cut the lead down because we were able to get easy buckets in transition. We did battle back from numerous double-digit deficits. This definitely was a game of runs. There was points in this game where we were down 15 to 20 points, and then we'd cut the lead down to manageable 5 to 7 point lead. Even had the game tied at one point. So we definitely showed a lot of heart in this game. And that 8 steals, I thought we did a good job of forcing some turnovers on Miami's part. Some of the bad things we did, got off to a really slow start. I mean, we were immediately on the road down after a back-to-back. You can't start slow, and we were immediately down 15 to 20 points in that first quarter. We were able to battle back, though. Like I said, we showed some heart and showed some toughness, and were able to battle back, make a game of it. But still, getting off to a slow start against Miami in their building, coming off a back-to-back, you just couldn't ask for a worse start than we had, and you can't have a slow start on the road like that. Another bad thing we did in this game, we constantly had to battle back from double-digit deficits. I mean, we did show heart, we did show toughness in battling back on the road against Miami in their gym, battling back from those double-digit deficits. But to put ourselves in that big of a hole early on and consistently, cutting the lead to single digits, then, immediately Miami goes on a run, we're back down by double digits, and it kept going like that, back and forth throughout the game. Like I said, it was a game of runs, and, you just can't do that. We put ourselves in an early hole that we tried digging ourselves out of throughout the whole game. And like I said, we cut the lead down to manageable digits, but then from there, we kind of let our foot off the gas, if you will, and Miami got it right back up to double digits. So consistently and constantly having to battle back from double-digit deficits on the road is never good, but especially when you're on the road against a team like Miami, you're not going to win a lot of games. I thought our defense was inconsistent as well tonight. I thought it was solid for the most part, but definitely was inconsistent. Like I said, our defense was good in spurts. We were able to cut those double-digit deficits down to single-digit, to cut Miami's lead down to a single-digit lead, and then our defense would kind of just fall asleep. It's like we played in spurts. We played defense to cut the lead down, but once we got even with Miami, or we're within, like I said, 5 points or so, our defense just kind of fell asleep and was average. That's something that this crew needs to consistently get better. For the most part, we've been a pretty good defensive team with the new guys coming in, but this was one of those games that you got to stay committed to defense for 4 quarters, and defense was definitely average throughout the game. And we had only 14 assists. I mean, we turned this into a one-on-one game offensively, and it really became a 3-on-3 game with J.R. Smith, Gallinari, and Lawson versus LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And anytime any team is going to play Miami and turn it into a 3-on-3 game, no one's really going to beat them because they got the best trio in the NBA. And like I said, having only 14 assists, it kind of looked like that. We had 3 guys basically carrying us, and we played way too much one-on-one on the offensive end, and that's something this team hasn't done as of late. We've done a great job, these new guys, bringing these new guys in, and as a team, playing team basketball offensively, and sharing the ball, utilizing good ball movement. We really didn't do that here, and it really hurt us. J.R. Smith led the way for us. He had 27 points, 3 rebounds, really kept us in the game. I was 11-19 from the field, 4-9 from the three-point line, and 1-2 from the free throw line. He had some big shots in that second quarter, came off the bench, gave us a great production with the 27 points. Was 4-9 from the three-point line. You don't like seeing him take the 9 three-pointers, but I don't blame him because of how bad we were down. And like I said, this was a game of runs, so you're trying to get those big momentum plays. And JR got a couple in this game, but his shot selection was a little iffy. But for the most part, he was doing all he could and all he can to keep us in this game. And like I said, he had 27 points, which is great off the bench. And I thought for the most part he played really well. Would like to see him get to the free throw line more, attack a little more offensively, and not settle for the jump shot and the three-point shot so much, which he's getting better at not doing that. But still, he was great, and he was one of the key reasons we were even in this game. Danilo Gallinari had a good game, 23 points, 2 rebounds, and assists for him. Was 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, and 11 of 12 from the free throw line. I thought defensively he was pretty solid. Played with a ton of energy and effort as he always does. Was very good offensively, like I said, with 23 points. Did a great job of attacking the Heat's defense all night and getting to the free throw line. He's one of those guys. He's great at accentuating contact, and he kept us in the game with him being aggressive offensively and getting to the foul line and going 11 to 12 from there. Obviously, he didn't shoot the ball too well. He's just kind of coming back into the swing of things at this point, and was 2 of 6 from the three-point line. Those 2 threes were big, but the 4 that he missed were all short. I'm not sure what was going on with the shot. His shot looked a little flat. Left some of those threes long, but most of his threes were short, or just clanking off the back of the rim. Just really didn't have his touch from outside this game, but was still good. Like I said, I thought he was pretty solid defensively. Played with great energy offensively and did a great job of attacking the Heat's defense all night. It was 11 to 12 from the foul line, in which he kept us in the game with him being so aggressive all night and getting to the foul line. And obviously, JR with him being such a spark off the bench. Those 2 guys combined for 50 points really were 2 of the main reasons we were even in this game. And Ty Lawson, lastly, had a pretty solid game. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals for Ty. Really couldn't buy a call in this game, but only got off the free throw line 2 times in this game. Actually once, only took 2 free throws. Obviously was 1 and 2 from there, 104 from the three-point line, and 7 of 15 from the field, but had a pretty good stat line, as I mentioned before. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals for Ty. I thought he was pretty good. Started getting into kind of a little bit of a rhythm there in the second and third quarter. I thought he started kind of really beating the Heat with his speed and getting to the hoop and getting easy buckets. But the Heat, I thought for the most part, did a great job taking away our pick and roll and did a great job of kind of neutralizing Ty and his speed advantage. But he still was good. I thought he was good on the glass with 7 rebounds, and that's a good stat line for a point guard that's 5'9", 5'10", 16 points, 7 boards, 6 assists. Was pretty productive. Shot the ball well for the most part, 7 of 15 from the field. It's pretty solid, but was only 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Like I said, couldn't buy a call in this game. LeBron James led the way for the Miami Heat. He had 33 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. It was 15 of 25 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. I think LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. I've defended him throughout this whole process, obviously over the summer with him leaving Cleveland or whatever. But someone needs to tell the guy to stop playing so perimeter. He had some tough jump shots, and some good mid-range jump shots. Obviously didn't shoot well from the three-point line. But LeBron's one of those guys, he can get to the basket every time just with his sheer size, speed, and athleticism. And one thing he does is he thinks he's Carmelo. He tries taking a bunch of jump shots. He doesn't have nearly the mid-range game, or I think overall the jump shot that Carmelo has. And he plays way too perimeter. He did that somewhat in this game. But I thought defensively we kind of lacked on him a little bit. He got to the basket way too easily. He had like 4 or 5 big dunks in this game. And obviously a lot of his jumpers he took were wide open. And that really killed us. You can't allow a guy like LeBron to get easy looks, easy dunks like that. You got to make it tough for him, force him to be a jump shooter. And for the most part, we kind of did that at points, but a lot of the shots he took were wide open. Just rotations were late getting over, and like I said, he had 4 or 5 dunks in this game, which really killed us. And I thought defensively he was pretty good as well. Dwayne Wade also had a good game, 32 points for him, 3 blocks, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Was very good defensively. I thought shot the ball well, 10 of 20 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Got every call you could imagine in this game. The refs definitely had their Dwayne Wade jerseys on, and definitely were giving him some superstar calls, which is understandable in Miami. It's Dwayne Wade, and he killed us. He hit some really tough jump shots in this game. I thought for the most part, Aflalo, Chandler, J.R. Smith, their defense was pretty good on Wade. He had a couple tough fadeaway shots and just some shots that were really tough shots that our guys contested him while he shot the shots. And he was just able to drain him. I mean, he had one of those nights he was hitting some really tough shots, and credit to Dwayne Wade. He played really well, and like I said, did a great job getting to the foul line all night and converting most of his free throws, and killed us defensively. I thought he was good with the 3 blocks. And like I said, 32 points from him, 33 from LeBron. Not a lot of teams are going to beat the Heat when those 2 guys have those type of games. And Chris Bosh also had a good game, had 18 points, 11 rebounds, double-double for him to go along with 6 assists. I thought he did a good job of passing the ball in this game. was 4-9 from the field, 0-1 from the three-point line, and 10-11 from the free throw line. Like Dwayne Wade was getting every call in the book in this game. Like I said, had a double-double, was very productive. And to have 18 points and only 9 shots, that's a pretty good night. He had 11 rebounds. He was good on the glass, and the 6 assists. I thought he did a good job of sharing the ball and hitting the open man on the wing. Mostly it was Mike Bibby, where we tried to double Bosch in the post, and he just kicked it out to Bibby for a wide open 3. And he got to the free throw line a lot. He was very aggressive, and once again made us pay by converting from the foul line. We turned this game into much of a 3-on-3 game. It was basically JR, Gallo, and Ty Lawson versus LeBron, Wade, and Bosch, and those 3 guys outscored our top 3 scorers 83-66. So our top 3 scorers got outscored by Miami's big 3 by 17 points, and like I said, got outscored 83-66. No one's beating Miami if they want to turn it into a 3-on-3 game. I don't care if it's New York with Stoudemire and Melo. I don't care if it's Boston with their big 4. I don't care if it's LA. If you want to play 3-on-3 with Miami, there's no team in the NBA that's beating them 3-on-3, and we kind of turned that, turned this game into a 3-on-3. Like I said, it's basically JR, Gallo, and Lawson versus Miami's big 3, and those 3 outscored our top 3 guys scoring-wise by 17 points, and at total 83-66. So not going to beat them, playing that way. Got to play more team-oriented offense, and if we would have done that in this game, we probably could have won, because we only lost by 5 with as poor as we did play offensively, and got to execute better there, share the ball better. Like I said, we played a little too much one-on-one in this game. So tough loss for us on the road. Nuggets lose to the Heat 103-98, moved to 41-29 with this loss, and 14-22 on the road.